What's going on? Welcome to the Culture Scale, where we analyze all things hip-hop. In this one, we're going to shed light on a dignified career path that some of your favorite people in the culture took. Military service. We've discovered 12 artists, producers, and musicians who all served in various branches of the military before or after answering their musical callings. If you haven't noticed, hip-hop has been heavily influenced by the military, particularly regarding fashion and language. Military-style clothing, such as camouflage fatigues and combat boots, have been adopted by rap artists and fans as a fashion statement. Hip-hop dialect also borrows military terminology and phrases. Lingo like general and boot camp have been used in rap lyrics for years. Even the military's hand gesture for respect has been hijacked by our culture. It is possible that the people in this category have taken the best practices from their military experience and applied them to their entertainment affairs. Helpful qualities like a solid work ethic, discipline, organizational skills, and leadership can all aid one's music career. Some of this is evident in these upcoming stories. So without further ado, let yourself be at ease as we rank the top 12 music artists who have also served in the military. Number 12. Crisis. Christopher Tyson, better known as Crisis, is a record producer, engineer, and member of former rap collective Justice League and Ninth Wonder's beat team, Soul Council. Crisis has spoken about his time in the U.S. Army in interviews and attributes the structure and self-control he acquired there to being beneficial to his musical journey. Jamla's resident beatsmith has a long resume of collaborative projects and bangers with some of the dopest artists in the business, including L.Zai, Conway the Machine, and Little Brother. Number 11. JPEG Mafia. Rapper, producer JPEG Mafia, given name, Barrington Hendrix, became a member of the U.S. Air Force at the young age of 18. Prior to gaining recognition on the rap scene, he spent 4 years in the military. JPEG was deployed in Iraq, Kuwait, Germany, Japan, and North Africa before being honorably discharged after reporting his superior's brutal abuse. Since then, he has made a mark in music with his unfiltered and eclectic artistry, which he has maintained full control over. JPEG Mafia's self-released projects are usually written, produced, mixed, and mastered by him. Number 10. Freddie Gibbs. Gangster Gibbs gave his best shot at being a G for the United States before he was dishonorably discharged for smoking marijuana. Freddie signed up and finished boot camp as a way out of jail time. The Gary, Indiana native had caught a case and was given a chance to pick between the Army or 3 hots and a cot behind bars, so Fred chose the strict but free route. Needless to say, Gibbs has evolved into one of the sharpest penmen in hip-hop, and his catalog of music is critically acclaimed. Number 9. Jimi Hendrix. Rock and roll giant Jimi Hendrix joined the Army after being busted for driving a stolen car in 1961. A judge gave him a stern ultimatum either to enlist or go to prison, so he stepped in and was assigned to the 101st Airborne Division. Despite having a 3-year enrollment, Hendrix was given an honorable discharge after just 1 year due to an ankle injury, and the rest is Purple Haze history. Number 8. Fresh Kid Ice of 2 Live Crew. Original Ratchet rapper Fresh Kid Ice, born Christopher Wong Won, was a member of the influential Miami-based group 2 Live Crew. Fresh Kid entered the U.S. Air Force after graduating high school in 1982. While stationed at March Air Force Base in Riverside, California, Fresh Kid Ice met Amazing V and Mr. Mix and co-founded the initial version of 2 Live. Their early recordings caught fire in South Florida and quickly spread across the nation, ultimately making Fresh Kid Ice the first prominent Asian American rapper in hip-hop history. Number 7. Malice. Of the Clips. Growing up in Virginia Beach, a city next to Norfolk, VA, home of the largest naval base in the world and the largest military base on the east coast of the U.S., the oldest brother of rap duo Clips was compelled to enlist in the Army in search of a career with benefits and stable income. After completing his training and serving a 3-year-plus tour in the Carolinas, Malice, real name Gene Thornton, set his sights on touring the globe as a rap star instead. He went on to have success with his sibling Pusha T and also as a spiritual solo artist, changing his stage name to No Malice to reflect his maturation and more positive direction. Number 6. Ice-T. Hip-hop pioneer Ice-T, government name Tracy Merrow, almost finished a full tour in the Army. Prior to his impressive music and acting careers, Ice joined the military in the 1970s and served as a squad leader in the 25th Infantry Division. While stationed in Hawaii, Ice developed an interest in hip-hop, amongst other things, and finessed his way out with an honorable discharge. Ice used money he made in the military to fund the beginnings of his rap career. Now he is an accomplished artist, producer, author, family man, and more. Number 5. MC Hammer. A lot of people are privy to Hammer's teenage aspirations of becoming a pro baseball player, but did you know he was in the Navy during the early 1980s? Stanley Kirk Burrell served 3 years at Moffett Airfield in Mountain View, California, working his way up to Petty Officer 3rd Class, before receiving an honorable discharge and starting his path to become a household name. As a rap sensation, the Oakland MC climbed the charts, toured the world, and earned a level of commercial success that had not been done by a rapper until it was Hammer time. Number 4. Nate Dogg. This one isn't much of a surprise because Nate Dogg, whose birth name is Nathaniel Dwayne Hale, always seemed like the no-nonsense militant type. Known best for his classic vocals and smooth swagger, the late beloved singer served his country as a member of the Marines before he was a member of 213. Like many ambitious youngsters, Nate went in, fresh out of high school, and found himself stationed in far-out places like Okinawa, Japan. Nate Dogg committed for years of his life to the U.S. Marines and then pursued his passion for music alongside a couple childhood homies by the names of Snoop Dogg and Warren G. Number 3. Cannabis. Out of the 12 artists featured in this list, 10 were finished with the military before they got on in music. Not the lethal MC Can I Bus. He did the opposite. Born Jermaine Williams in 1974, rapper Cannabis didn't enlist in the Army until 2002, well after he established himself as one of the most intense men ever to rock the mic and get paid for it. His unconventional path into the service was fueled by his desire to do something else meaningful besides hip-hop. Despite being struck with a dishonorable discharge, Can I Bus describes himself as a good soldier. He certainly showed top-notch patriotism by joining the military instead of further pursuing the music industry. He wanted to fly jets in the Air Force but failed to meet their enrollment deadline in 2001. So he joined the Army as a second option. He would become a striker driver, transporting troops in an 8-wheel 40-ton vehicle between destinations. Cannabis and NFL lineman turned military vet Pat Tillman used to PT on the same field in Tacoma, Washington. They both shared similar experiences of leaving an established career for military duties. In fact, Cannabis said that he reevaluated his reasons for being in the Army after witnessing Pat succumbing to the pressures and expectations of the military. These days, Can I Bus is back doing what he does best, wowing listeners with thought-provoking detailed rhymes. Number 2. Mystical. In an attempt to be more productive in his young adulthood and earn a living, Mystical, real name Michael Tyler, enlisted in the U.S. Army in '88, fresh out of high school. The self-proclaimed Prince of the South served in Kuwait during Operation Desert Shield, the prelude to the Desert Storm War. Mystical was a driver in the Army, more specifically, a combat engineer. His job was to breach any obstacle that stopped forward progress or posed a threat to the travels of his squad. However, America was so strong that he never encountered any harmful incidents. While tending to his call of duty in Kuwait, Mystical heard that people from his hood in New Orleans were making rap demos. He quickly became inspired and passionate about pursuing his music instead of an Army future. Mike stopped shining his boots and pressing his uniform, and was finally discharged from the military. Straight out the service, Mystical would catch his first big break opening up for Run DMC, Dougie Fresh, and Spice One at an outdoor concert. An indie label exec and producer named Leroy Precise Edwards was in the audience. He noticed the talent in Mike and offered him a record deal. Mystical ended up taking the rap world by storm, incorporating elements of the military throughout his entire career. From his gold tank medallion, to naming his crew the Boot Camp Clique, to pushing through with the No Limit Soldiers. With his energetic, drill sergeant-style delivery, Mystical stood front and center on many stages, staking his claim as a force to be respected in rap music. Number 1. Shaggy. Kingston, Jamaica-born Orville Richard Burrell, more commonly referred to as Shaggy, is a massive artist known for his unique blend of reggae, dancehall, and R&B music. While Shaggy is widely recognized for his hit-making history, he also has a military background in the United States Marine Corps. Shaggy left Jamaica to reunite with his mother in the States when he turned 18. When he touched down, he immediately went to work on music and later landed 2 #1 songs on the New York reggae charts. But it wasn't enough to sustain him financially, so he signed up for the Marines in 1988. A couple years later, he found himself in the Gulf War, and the experience was life-changing. Ultimately, Shaggy decided to direct all his energy and focus on entertainment, and eventually released his debut album Pure Pleasure and single Oh Carolina in 1993. Shaggy has gone on to drop tune after tune and is one of Jamaica's most celebrated artists. Over the first 50 years of the culture, military-inspired concepts have been used by the hip-hop community in a number of ways, including style, language, and mannerisms. Think about it, legendary groups like Public Enemy and crews like the BBC have taken pieces from the military and made it work for them in entertainment. No matter what your stance is on war or joining the armed forces, there is no doubt that the military is necessary and has had a significant impact on the world of hip-hop. So we want to say thank you to all the service members in the country. We appreciate your sacrifice. Well, you know the drill. Hit that like button, share, and subscribe to the channel. Then click over to culturescale.com to treat yourself to some free vibes. We've curated some of the best music ever made, just for you to hear. As always, we appreciate you hanging out with us till the end. The next episode is going to be one for the books. Until then, salute.